It's unbelievable. People ride bikes because it's fun.
We've got more incredible guests like Megan in store, plus news of the day and more. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Good Game with Sarah Spain, and listen now.
AM 1300, The Zone.
We've got a relationship that appears to be deteriorating in the NFL. We'll get into that for you here on FSR. Before we get to this awkward and weird story that might appeal to a couple of people in the NFL, I want to let you know that you can subscribe to the Fox Sports Radio YouTube channel. Just search Fox Sports Radio on YouTube. You'll see our best videos from all of our shows. After you subscribe to Fox Sports Radio on YouTube, click the bell icon on the homepage and turn on all notifications so you have easy access to our very best videos. So there's a massage championship.
What's the award? The Watson Trophy?
Oh, no. No. You get a plaque that's made of a towel.
Oh, damn.
I'm looking at the video of this.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand. How do you determine a winner?
I could
no
tell
idea.
you. I could tell you.
No.
I could tell you.
I was going to say, isn't it subjective?
Distance.
How quickly the massage ends.
What do you mean by that?
Like speed.
Pencils down.
Done.
I don't understand. What's the prize? Because they're having another one next July, by the way. I believe it's in Denmark, if I'm not mistaken.
Can I volunteer to be massaged?
Yeah, I'll say, are you a judge where you get to just lay there and get massaged all day? And they're like, yep, all right. That guy was, that gal was the best.
I've never had a massage. Never.
That's about right.
That seems right.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
That's supposed
You
to
look
be.
a little stiff.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need like an oil can.
You could loosen up a bit.
You need some like WD-40 or something.
He's a vampire. He
WD-40.
doesn't trust himself.
Yeah.
You start to get in them hands rubbing.
But when I
and
saw this
moving.
topic, I really did think Lee was going to be a part of this segment
His
for some reason.
fangs
I don't know
grow.
why.
Got my technique down and everything.
Have y'all watched them
Your
do
technique?
this though?
No.
Hold on.
No.
Lee, what is your technique?
No tickling or nothing. Got my technique down and everything. Oh, what's my technique? You got to look at you just got to work it out. Foot massage, man.
Hey, by the way, you can get involved in this for $300.
What?
Yeah, I think it's 260 euros, but equates right now to just under $300 if you want to register for this massage championship in Denmark next year. I mean,
To be a masseuse during it?
yeah, to try and win the championship, $300. Look at that.
Lee, you should go for it. Let's have a few brewskis and talk about it.
How about being one of the recipients? Can you pay to be one of those?
I don't know, but you're gonna have to beat out.
So it says in fine print at the bottom, if you scroll down, you cannot drink. So you have to be dead sober while you're doing it, though, Lee.
Yeah, and by the way, Lee, you're gonna have to beat out Justin Tucker and Bob Kraft. So I don't know if there's gonna be room for you on any of those tables. Very strange.
Lee, are you out if
Deep
that's
pockets.
the case? If you have to be dry going into Lee, are you out?
No, I'll be sober for it. That'll be fine.
Zero alcohol, though, Lee. You can't have even a drink.
Yeah, I'll be good. I'll be fine.
I don't know about that.
Drink after.
Lee, have you had a massage before? Have you got?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, plenty.
I mean, not
Not a lot, but yeah.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
A crash moved over to the right shoulder on I-35 southbound at Howard Lane, causing delays to start from Grand Avenue Parkway. You're also slow on the northbound side of I-35, going from Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon Drive, about a 10-minute delay. There's also a crash on Pace Bend Road at Highway 71, causing some minor brake taps. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
The Abacus VIP plan is the only plan you need. Save on plumbing, AC, and electrical services, including annual maintenance, mainline drain cleaning, generators, water treatment, and 24/7 system monitoring. Only at abacusplumbing.com.
M20628.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Juice box. I'm a mom.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check. Oh, hot sauce. Take it.
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins, a balloon. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 per month on Experience Beyond. Finance agreement $829.99 and qualifying boarding. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
It's almost time for kickoff. Brought to you by Bud Light.
Breaks a tackle, 30, turns down the sidelines. Say goodnight to this one. Touchdown, Texas.
Listen to every play, every touchdown, every win on 1300 The Zone.
Fires for the end zone. It's intercepted. Kickoff. This ball game is over.
Today's countdown is
25 days.
Presented by Bud Light all season long on the free iHeartRadio app.
When I grow up, I want to be a teacher.
Because when I'm a teacher, I can help kids to learn and chase their dreams.
PI, a defect of the immune system, affects millions of children. Early and accurate diagnosis and treatment give children like Sam a chance to achieve their dreams.
It takes a lot of caring teachers to make school fun. It took a lot of caring people to keep my dream alive. And now, because of them, I can be head of the class.
For more information, visit the Jeffrey Modell Foundation at info4pi.org.
We all remember that one teacher who made a difference. Now's your chance to say thank you in a big way. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding teacher in your life to be among the winners of $5,000 to stock their classroom at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Mix and match scents to create your own unique scent combo that is as unique as you are. Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas.
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Texas Tuesday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. The Zone. We are 25 days away from the opening kickoff between Texas and Ohio State. Texas loses a key part of its own line. The awards watch list is full of Longhorns. Joe Cook of Inside Texas and On 3 will join us at 7:34. Comedian Donnell Rollins will be joining us at 8 a.m. Be ready to laugh. And Texans camp is moving along. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And of course, we've got our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates do apply. Also, make sure you get over to voice your opinion or leave us a message. But the only way you can do that is downloading that new and improved iHeartRadio app and using that talkback feature where you can talk to us, leave us a message. We're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets today. We are ready for the football season, and it can't get here fast enough. As we said, we are 25 days away from the start of the football season for the University of Texas, and we get all excited. And then the news comes out yesterday that Texas is dealing with an injury, and the injury is to an offensive lineman, Andre Kojo. He is somebody that was going to be an integral part, was competing very hard to get a starting position in that offensive line. But now the unfortunate news is that the young offensive tackle suffered a season-ending injury of an ACL. And, of course, you're obviously going to be impacted on that offensive line, because the one thing that we always talk about when it comes to the offensive line, Mark, is the depth chart. You got to be able to build that depth chart. And getting a blow like this to a young man who was promising, he was up and coming, and he was going to be, as I said, an integral part of the success. Because if you remember anything, the reason why everybody's so high on Trevor Gooseby is because they got a chance to see what he did last year to come in and play not just left tackle
due to an injury,
playing left tackle and right tackle, and showed some versatility. And now you look at this team and you're like, okay, that's why you go out and recruit all these big men. That's why you go out and recruit the players that you're looking at. Like Brandon Baker was being pushed by Kojo, but now you got to start moving around some guys. Now you say coach has been cross-training some of these guys. We hear it all the time. They talk about cross-training. This is the time that we get to see what this cross-training is all about.
These guys have been in the system for 2 years, some of them.
Yep.
So, the young guys, Brooks and so forth, I can still see them, doing some quality work, but Texas, the cupboard is not bare.
No.
So, it's unfortunate.
Very.
That this young man is going to miss the season, because I had high hopes for him because of his aggressive nature.
Right.
And he's going to be on the bench telling these guys, come on, man, let's go. He's going to be that guy. That this system is geared towards motivating the guy behind you to be the guy in front of you.
Yep.
So it's just next man up situation.
Well, that was slick right there, Mark. I like that. I like the way you put that.
Well, they pay me to do this.
Philosophizing. That's why I do it. He's philosophizing. But yes, it's a very
So you're a
unfortunate.
philosopher?
well, definitely. You sit there and you think about how this team is kind of developed along the way. And those are some of the things that we continue to try to grow from with this football team. Yes, you brought up the fact that a lot of these guys have been in the program for quite some time.
Yeah.
There's some young pups that are in there that are making some noise too. But again, this is why they cross-train so many guys all season long, because you never know when we have to move some guys around to be able to fill those voids. So this is going to be a true test, especially early in the season. And speaking of early in the season, Texas, preseason number 1 for the first time ever in the coaches poll. Multiple polls are out there. Obviously, the coaches poll, they believe a lot in Texas from what they saw, what they're returning with, and the fact of the Arch Manning effect that everybody else is dealing with, that I push my chips to the front of the table now to get behind that push. But I also look at this, Mark, you know, when you get the respect of your peers, your coaching peers, you look at Texas. Texas is sitting at the number 1 spot. You know who's number 2? Ohio State, the national champion Ohio State Buckeyes. I said this is the first time that Texas has ever been ranked number 1 in the coaches poll, in the preseason poll. But this is the first time that you will have number 1 versus number 2 in the first game of the season as well. So we're in for some new heights, so to speak. You know,
rarefied air.
When Vince Young and the Texas Longhorns went into Ohio State early in the season, they weren't 1-2, but it was a big time matchup. It was a prime time matchup. We're getting the matchup, but can you consider prime time noon? Can you consider prime time 11 a.m.? It's the big noon kickoff for Fox.
It's not about the time. It's about the content that you put at that time.
Yeah.
And number 1 versus number 2 is prime time.
Yep.
Nobody's going to be watching
All eyes
Alcorn
on me.
State versus
Come
Mississippi
on,
Valley.
man. Why you do them like that?
They deserve it.
I might watch them.
No, you won't.
After.
Not after. After.
Yeah, record it.
Yeah, like you have
on
to,
demand.
Yeah, this is a big game, man. This
No
could
disrespect.
decide who is going to be the team to watch in the playoff.
It's the driver's seat.
Right, it's the driver's seat. Yeah. Like you tell all the scouts. I would tell all my players, hey guys, before we get to practice this week, I just want to let y'all know there's never going to be a magnifying glass bigger than the one that's going to be on us this week.
Right.
If you are not known, we got guys on the team that's, you know, potential all-conference players. But there's a lot of y'all they don't know. Make them know you.
Right.
Like you got to motivate them from the inside outward. That's what great athletes have been able to do, is to internalize the situation. And Texas is in a place where the 4 calls that Coach Sark made last year against them, they were 4 plays away from winning that game.
Yep.
Don't let 4 plays decide. I want a 10-point cushion. I'm saying Texas could like beat them, like whoop them. That's what you have to do in a game like this. Yeah, it's going to get close at times. But what are you going to do to separate that gap? And it's up to them. Because if I'm a guy that's on the second team, I'm a guy that's going to get sparing minutes. they're going to give me the ball maybe once or twice. It's got to be the most memorable 2 carries of your life,
right,
or catches, or plays.
In a positive fashion.
Yes.
In a positive fashion. Well, Texas, as the preseason poll comes out, and Texas in the coaches poll, number 1 team, Ohio State, number 2, Penn State, number 3, Georgia, number 4, and Notre Dame round out the top 5. Here's who Texas will face as the preseason poll sits today. Texas will face number 2, Ohio State, August the 30th. They will take on Georgia, number 4 ranked Georgia, November the 15th. They will take on number 17, Florida, October the 4th. And then they will host Texas A&M, who is ranked number 21 as we speak today, November the 28th. So as of right now, the preseason polls have Texas playing 4 teams that are in the top 25 as we sit here today.
You can't beat that.
You got to play who's on your schedule, but I appreciate the fact that these are the teams
but I don't want
that
to
are
hear,
on your schedule.
I don't want to hear that, Hardge, that, they don't play anybody. Listen, you play who's on your schedule.
Yep.
And there's 3 or 4 other SEC teams they're going to have to play.
Well,
they don't count for nothing.
They do.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Tired of hearing all the mumbo jumbo about Texas. Not every year they move the goalposts. Oh well, their schedule sucks. Oh, they're not playing any quality teams. You know, the top end teams. They didn't play LSU. They didn't play. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Well, to round it out, you start to look at the SEC. You got Texas number 1, Georgia number 4. You have Alabama at 8, LSU 9. You got the South Carolina at 13, Ole Miss 15, Florida 17, Tennessee 18.
Only team I'm scared of, South Carolina.
Well, we don't play them, so we're good.
Thank God.
But while the team that most people think that Texas will not fare well against is Florida because DJ Lagway didn't play last year.
DJ Lagway is going to be running for his life.
I hope so. We're just getting started here on the Texas Tuesday edition of the Morning Kickoff. Coming up next, Texas players are on the watch list, and we have the list. And I'll get Mark's thoughts. We have Joe Cook coming up at 7:34. And don't forget, Donald Rollins, comedian, will be joining us at 8 a.m.
That's hilarious.
It's a funny Tuesday on the Texas Tuesday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
It's the Morning Kickoff.
You always ask me, hey, you think you can hit? I can hit. I just ain't running. You know what I'm saying?
Business guy asked me the other day. He said, hey, man, you think you can still dunk? I said, yeah, I can jump up there, but I won't be able to come down. Y'all going to need a ladder and the fire rescue people while they put the big net under the ground. Man, if I came down, both knees going.
Weekdays at 7.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
First responders are on the scene of an accident on Highway 71 at Pace Bend Road. Looking onto I-35 northbound, seeing some stop-and-go traffic this morning, causing an 8 to 10-minute add to your drive, going from Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon. But some good news on the southbound side of I-35. An earlier crash at Howard Lane has been taken care of. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey, when you talk to your friends and you say, how you doing? Do you hear this all the time? I'm busy. Busy. Everybody is busy. So the things that you need to get done, you need those to be easy. And if you've been thinking about getting a new car, maybe trading in the car that you have, getting something new, you want that to be easy too, right? Well, that's what Apple Leasing can do for you, especially with their Easy Lease. You need to call them and ask them about it. The number's 512-346-9977, or you can go to appleleasing.com. Why is it so easy? Well, because they can get you any make, any model that you want with one phone call. You just call them up and go, hey, I'd like a Ford F-150, or I want a Honda or a Camry or whatever it is, and they'll get it for you. And the payment is a lot less than if you were to finance that exact same car. Check out Apple Leasing, the number 512-346-9977, or check them out online at appleleasing.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas, September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today. AXS.com.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting saber-tooth zip ride or pan for gemstones. Take the wild cave tour or the hidden passages tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
It's Bud Light's countdown to kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
You just heard of this Bud Light countdown to kickoff. Not only is the Bud Light countdown to kickoff, we are 25 days.
Jamal Charles,
there
baby.
You go. Romance Taylor. So a lot of good numbers. 25 that have done some things on the 40 acres. 25 days before Texas takes on Ohio State. Yeah. Ohio. Before I get into this Texas, we talked about countdowns. It's also the countdown for the teachers. The teachers are already back at work, and we at iHeartRadio and AM 1300 The Zone want to take a moment to recognize a couple of teachers here in the Austin area. As you know, teachers are the lifeblood for what our kids go through every single day. Yes, it's important to have our parents at home, but it's also important for them to be around great teachers. And we're going to start here in Austin with Morgan Mihan Klein at Wayside Science Tech Middle School. She is being recognized for the things that she does at this school. Mac McDermott, also from Wayside Science Tech Middle School and High School, and Margaret Medina Oliveras at Copperfield Elementary School. They are doing so many things for these young kids. Copperfield is in Pflugerville, Texas. She sparks the community-driven projects, College Shirt Wednesday initiatives. She's been requesting donated university shirts for the kids that can participate in it. She's also giving out gift cards for families during the pandemic, all to help support those kids that are in need. So a special shout out to all those teachers as well.
Shout out to all, excuse me, shout out to all the teachers out there. And I know that a lot of y'all are doing things that you pay for that stuff out of your own pockets.
A lot of them.
And I appreciate you because both of my kids have benefited from the fact that they had teachers that loved and cared about the kids, not always individually, but collectively. And, you know, it's a special place in heaven for you guys.
Yep, no doubt, because I already know how them kids are, man. Good.
Man, I want to beat my own up sometimes.
He's just kidding, folks. He's kidding,
I'm
folks.
Joking.
He's kidding,
it's a
folks.
joke. I'm a comedian.
Yeah. Speaking of comedian, don't forget, set your alarms now for 8 o'clock as we will have Donald Rollins talking to us all things comedy. And of course,
Ask Larry.
we're gonna try to talk about his teams as well, see what his thoughts are coming up to the season. But speaking of the season, we're talking a lot about the Texas Longhorns, and being on the watch list is just that. It's kind of like the preseason poll, right? You're being recognized, you're excited about it, but you got the work to do. And a lot of the work was done last year for you to even be put on this list. So I'm going to go through this list of a couple of players that are on these watch lists, and I think it's important to understand that some of these guys could definitely win it. Anthony Hill Jr., sophomore Arch Manning, sophomore edge rusher Colin Simmons were named to the Walter Camp National Player of the Year preseason watch list. And the foundation announced that on Monday. Texas leads the nation with 3 selections this year to even be put on the watch list. The Walter Camp is the nation's 4th oldest individual college football accolade and is presented annually to the college football's best player. Some notables that have won it for the University of Texas: Ricky Williams and Colt McCoy. Texas has had back-to-back semifinalists after Quinn Ewers was named to the list in 2024, all you haters out there. And in 2023, Tavondre Sweat was selected as a semifinalist. If I had to pick somebody today, I would pick Colin Simmons to be that guy. I'm all in with Anthony Hill Jr. That's my guy.
I was just about to say,
that's my guy.
You think that Colin Simmons is going to have a bigger year than Anthony Hill?
I think so, because he's closer to the quarterback. He's closer to the quarterback. I think between them two, I think we get 20 sacks.
Oh, yeah, easy.
I'm all about that.
And the reason why?
Why number one? Because I'm the one.
There he is. There he is. So you look at that. Arch Manning obviously is getting a lot of the hype. He's a Heisman Trophy final candidate. There's so many other things that are in there. But looking at these two defenders, because I think Texas defense is going to be huge this year. I think they're going to be an integral part of the success of this football team.
Do you think that it was Jedi mind tricks by the coaches saying that the only, well, not a weakness, but the thing that Anthony needs to work on the most is his middle coverage?
No, I think it's true, number one. And it's always, what can I do to enhance my game every year? So when people tell you, Mark, you need to improve on this, what you gonna do? You're gonna go
work on it.
Yeah. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a Jedi mind trick. It's hey, you are an elite player, but how do we get you even? We got to get more from you.
So let's say he gets 3 interceptions.
Oh.
And a couple of deflections, throughout the season, and he ups that. You mean you still gonna stick to the fact that you think that Colin Simmons will still outweigh him?
Well, I mean, don't. This is before the season starts. The things will change all the way through. Yeah. So, I mean, this is.
You ain't answer the question.
Yeah.
And who messed with my chair? Why my chair so low?
Time out. What you mean?
This is crazy.
If he does all those things, yes, he will obviously get in front of Colin Simmons.
Why am I shorter than you?
I mean, that sounds like a personal issue, bro. That sounds like a personal issue.
All y'all iHeart people coming in here and using the studio, put my chair back the way it was.
I mean, is his name on the back of that?
It's my chair.
Maybe it was the chair in the back.
We number one.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the chair in the back behind you.
Yeah, maybe that's your chair. How about that? How about maybe they moved your chair because they didn't want to sit in your chair?
Don't move my chair.
Here you in here moving furniture around, being mad at people.
They sitting there looking out for you, and you just complaining.
Yeah.
Marcus.
So, yeah, see, I like Marcus. He got logic.
Yeah.
He got logic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Need GPS in a minute.
So,
where do I land?
So to answer your question, because you said I didn't answer it, if those things take place, then obviously he's going to be in the front of the bus.
And I think he will, because you challenge somebody that calls themselves number one.
Well, that's not a challenge. That's him saying, I'm about to be that dude.
Yeah, so I think he's going to follow up on what he was told to work on this offseason.
And number one, Norman Watkins was all about that. He liked what he heard from him, because that's what it's all about.
Hey, that's what one is.
That's what it is. So in addition to the Walter Camp National Player of the Year Award, Anthony Hill was on the preseason watch list for the Butkus Award, the Nagurski Award, and the Lot Impact Trophy Award as well. Our punter, Bo Meester, is the Ray Guy watch list finalist. Not finalist, but he's on the watch list, and that is for the nation's top punter. Mason Shipley is on the Lou Groza Award for the top place kicker. Michael Taft is on the All-State Warfel Trophy watch list, and that is for the best student athlete that outperforms on the football field, but also serves his community and creates positive change. We already know.
Oh man, that's him.
That's solid. And when we got a chance to talk to Sam Acho at the SEC Media Days, Craig Way and I got a chance to sit down and spend some time with him. He was on point about that. Why they do that? Why is he on that list? Well, he had the tie with all the kids from the Mystic Camp with the unfortunate flooding that happened in Kerrville in Kerr County. So shout out to him. LaFowl is on the Butkus watch list, as well as Anthony Hill Jr. Muhammad Taft are on the Thorpe Award list, the one that Jade Barron won last year for the nation's best defensive back. The Outland Award trophy, DJ Campbell's on that list. Tavondre Sweat and Kelvin Banks won it in back-to-back years. As I said, with Michael Taft, Colin Simmons, and Anthony Hill are on the Nagurski watch list. That is a big award for the nation's top defensive player. And we also have Arch Manning and Trey Wisner tabbed as the Maxwell Award finalists. So these guys are in the mix, and there's a lot of talent that is out there. But who would be the one that might pop up that we haven't been talking about? We'll talk about it. Coming up next, we got our guy Joe Cook of Inside Texas. We'll talk to him about Texas being number one on the preseason poll, the injuries to Kojo, and of course, who's a name that has been popping up over at Inside Texas. Right here on a Texas Tuesday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
A crash is still being worked on, causing some delays in the area of Pace Bend Road at Highway 71. A reminder for ongoing construction work on Mopac going southbound. The entrance ramp is closed off at Steck Avenue, and more road work closes down the exit ramp on Mopac southbound, trying to exit off to Far West Boulevard. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
Craig Way here. Not only am I the voice of a local college football team, I'm also the voice for Dr. Greg Eckert, Advanced Dentistry. I've been a patient of his for over 10 years. You can experience a new level of dental care in Austin with Dr. Eckert, where they provide general, cosmetic, and advanced restorative dentistry. And unlike a lot of dentists, they're open on Fridays. Call today to set up an appointment at 512-345-3166 or make an appointment online at dreckert.com. Eckert is spelled U-E-C-K-E-R-T. Again, U-E-C-K-E-R-T, dreckert.com.
Every family matters. Join the Salvation Army's Day of Giving August 20th and help bring shelter and hope to families in crisis. Right now, over 600 parents and children are staying in Salvation Army shelters, and 500 more are waiting. Your gift stays local, and it's matched dollar for dollar. Just $25 provides a night of shelter for a child. Call 512-605-1410 or donate now at dayofgivingaustin.org. Together, we can reach our $1 million goal and give families in our community a fresh start.
Need space that's designed to last? Mueller Inc. delivers pre-engineered steel buildings customized for your style. From garages and workshops to barns, warehouses, even airplane hangars. Our bolt-together buildings are designed to last decades with proper installation and maintenance. Designed for strength, engineered for Texas. Visit us today at any of our locations across the Austin area, including Marble Falls and Spicewood, or go to MuellerInc.com.
Ice Cube's Big Three is the surprise hit of the summer. This Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS, with playoff elimination on the line, the most physical, fiercest, and competitive basketball in the world. Miami's Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson must win to make the playoffs, and breakout star Dwight Howard of the LA Riot will battle Gary Payton's Boston squad in a do-or-die match for both teams. 6 teams are alive for 4 spots, and all must win. There's no crying in the Big Three, and the no-holds-barred action starts Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Presented by iHeart.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Cowboys edge rusher Michael Parsons wants out of Dallas, telling fans on social media today that he has asked for a trade with contract talks stalled. Elsewhere, Carlos Guerrero could be in the Astros lineup tonight in Boston. Guerrero will take over at third base after being reacquired from the Twins yesterday. And Major League Baseball is bringing the All-Star Game to Chicago. Wrigley Field will host the Midsummer Classic in 2027. I'm Darryl Joyner.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz. Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
The countdown to the NFL season is on while the pads are popping in camp. Get ready for the new season with iHeart, the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network.
Jim Harbaugh, how you feeling?
Oh, so excited. It's the start of the year.
Shows like NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
We are going to go through the best position battles of the 2025 training camp.
Breakouts, holdouts, and fantasy sleepers. Be the first to know. Search NFL and find your next preset now. Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, covering the 40 acres.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Make sure you're locked in at 8 a.m. as we will have Donald Rawlings joining us to have a little bit of laughs early in the morning. But we're going to have some serious talk. My guy, Joe Cook of Inside Texas. You can make sure you follow him at Joseph Cook 89. Good morning, Joe. And the news out of the 40 acres with the injury is not good news to start off the week.
Yeah, yesterday heard Andre Kojo most likely tore his ACL. We should hear from Steve Sarkisian today, I believe, to get confirmation from the program for that. But at least what was, I don't want to say a precarious tackle situation, but if you're listing concerns on your team, one of them is just depth at tackle. Definitely removes a guy from there and puts a lot of pressure on Brandon Baker to not only be the guy, but be the guy and be ready to go week one. That was his main competition in Kojo. I know Nick Brooks and Jaden Chapman had some good practices of late, but left tackle is going to be Trevor Gooseby, and sounds like right tackle is going to be Brandon Baker in wake of Kojo's injury.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those situations where we were doing our little look across the depth chart, and the biggest question coming into the season was about this offensive line. Not that they didn't think they were going to be good, but they were unproven. Yes, they've been in the system, but they hadn't had a chance to really gel as a unit yet. So let me ask you this. I really want to understand how this goes down, because as you look at this football team right now, they talk a lot on the offensive line and multiple positions about cross-training. If there is a person that has been cross-training that could be the backup to Brandon Baker, who moves into that spot?
Yeah, I think with cross training, that it's very valuable to have guys who can play the multiple positions. But I also think at the end of the day, like you have to be able to play tackle. You're not putting the 6'2" guy out there unless he has the best footwork ever. So that's guys that they've trained at tackle. Like I said, include Jaden Chapman. He's someone that does kind of have that capability to move up and down the line, but he's got the length at about 6'4", a little taller than that. And as you know, the experience to be able to do that. Nick Brooks, the true freshman, that's someone who's going to become a lot more important. And he had a great, aside from a little run-in with law enforcement, he had a great first few months on campus for what he did on the field. And by all accounts, he's done everything since that run-in to do things right. But, I bet there's going to be some sort of internal punishment to keep him off the field, maybe in the first game or first couple of weeks or so, if I had to make my guess at it. So, but just to, keep going, if they needed a tackle, you'd probably look at Jaden Chapman and Nick Brooks. And, I think if things got worse than that, then, you're maybe thinking about, okay, can Cole Hudson maybe even play that position? Just because, when you look at the rest of that line, not a lot of those guys have either tackle feet or tackle size. And when you're in a pinch, it may not matter. But I think Chapman becomes a lot more important as camp goes on.
Well, you got two guys, Coleman and Chapman, who are 6'7", 350. I mean, they're super large humans, and I know their experience is low. But out of those two, who do you think is more suited for right now rather than later?
Yeah, I think with either of the Colemans, they're going to be a little bit of ways away, but they've done some great work here in their first summer to start getting their bodies college ready. But definitely Chapman. And I think one of the things that's maybe lost about Chapman is that for as rare as it was that Texas used like their big, heavy, bring it all the big body goal line set last year, he was on that team or on that personnel unit. And, they had used that 6-0 lineman package in years past with guys like Malik Agbo and Andre Karic. They didn't use it much last year, but when they did, it was Jaden Chapman. So this is someone that they do have trust in. There may have been 5 offensive linemen ahead of him for most of these past couple of years, but it's someone they do have belief in. And I think that's the experienced player that they're going to look at and say, you know what, if worse comes to worse, you're getting in there, number 75.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We're talking to Joe Cook of Inside Texas and On 3. You can follow him at Joseph Cook 89. And Joe, I saw your report yesterday that this is the first time that Texas has ever been ranked number 1 in the coaches poll, in the preseason coaches poll, and they get a chance to avenge the loss to Ohio State, which now is the number 2 team in the preseason poll. How much of a big deal is this to start the season? Obviously, I understand it's not how you start, it's how you finish, but this is a big accomplishment for this Texas team.
Yeah, it's always nice to make history like this, right? And Steve Sarkisian, I'm sure he put that on the PowerPoint and said, okay, let's keep going. But he made a good point a couple weeks ago. And as much as we focus in on college football and it kind of defines so much of what we do, believe it or not, there are other people who are not like that. But the preseason poll comes out and it gets people talking. It gets people who maybe, aren't college football diehards thinking a little bit more about the season. And when those people look at it, they're going to see Texas number 1. And then the diehards are going to see Texas number 1 and Ohio State number 2 and see that on the schedule and realize, okay, we got a heck of a matchup here in week 1 to start the season off. So obviously a positive thing. It's almost just surprising that Texas in either poll, the AP or the coaches, has never been a preseason number 1. They've been number 2 a handful of times, but never number 1. And one thing I think, I don't trust that the head coaches of all 67 voters, did this all themselves, but I think it does illustrate that there is kind of a little depression at the top as far as kind of pushing talent down. You had 28 first place votes for Texas, 20 for Ohio State, and I think it was Penn State, Georgia, and Clemson got the remaining ones. Usually, looking back, these are all kind of, they usually focus in one spot, with one team maybe getting 40 or 50 and then a few others spread out. But with 28 going to Texas, 20 going to Ohio State, that kind of shows, and 3 other teams getting first place votes, kind of shows that there's just around the sport a little bit more spreading out of talent, and that the era of the truly dominant team may be done.
Joe, quickly, our defensive, we've all a lot of offense. Anthony Hill, Colin Simmons, off the charts. A lot of people have been saying that Cole Bavard has been balling. Like, what is your word on Cole?
Yeah, we've got some notes over on Inside Texas to check out. I need to piece through them again because they were posted late last night when we got the info. But as far as we know, Cole Bavard, that's someone who you look at and you think, all right, there's your nose tackle. And that's probably what he's going to be doing a lot of. But Kenny Baker had mentioned, I think, a few weeks ago that, hey, we got to be able to make this guy versatile. I'm not going to put him out at defensive end, but at the same time, we got to be able to make him do multiple things and not just be a nose, especially for his future. And he's taken to that very well by all accounts. When you're 6'3", 240 or 345, you're going to have some advantages. And I remember going back when I talked to some people who had covered him and written about him at Purdue. They were sad to see him go, I guess, from the, obviously a good defensive player perspective, but they really liked his mental makeup and what he brought to the field. So right now, he's probably in what's going to be a hockey line defensive tackle deployment with 3 different lines maybe coming at you, or 3 different duos. He'll probably be in that second one, but that still probably means he'll get about 25 to 30 snaps a game on average.
There he is, Joe Cook of Inside Texas and On 3.
Appreciate you, bro.
Make sure you get over and follow him at Joseph Cook 89. Great stuff as always, my brother. I appreciate you.
Gentlemen, thank you all as always.
All right, there he is, Joe Cook of Inside Texas. Coming up next, we're going to take you to the NFL. Cleveland Browns have released their depth chart, and Jerry, is this a real offer? We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Do you ever feel like when you're talking, nobody is listening? Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone will listen to you. What is on your mind? Go! All you have to do is use the iHeartRadio app talkback feature when listening to AM 1300 The Zone.
Yo, hello, it's me. Enjoy the show.
We will get your message instantly, and we promise to listen to it.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
A crash is still being worked on, causing some delays in the area of Pace Bend Road at Highway 71. A reminder for ongoing construction work on Mopac going southbound. The entrance ramp is closed off at Steck Avenue, and more road work closes down the exit ramp on Mopac southbound, trying to exit off to Far West Boulevard. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey there, local business owner.
Ready to make some more money? Whether you own an auto shop or a dinner spot, Valpak Direct Marketing can help you do just that. All bells and whistles are included, so you advertise when and where it counts to reach new customers that spend more. Measurable results, proven reach, zero guesswork. That's Valpak. Visit valpak.com/advertise to see if you qualify for a free mailing. That's VALPAK.com/advertise. Let's grow.
The Stuff You Should Know guys have made their own summer playlists of their must-listen podcasts on movies.
It's me, Josh, and I'd like to welcome you to the Stuff You Should Know summer movie playlist. What screams summer more than a nice, darkened, air-conditioned theater and a great movie playing right in front of you?
Episodes on James Bond, special effects, stuntmen and women, disaster films, even movies that change filmmaking, and many more. Find the Stuff You Should Know summer movie playlist now on the free iHeartRadio app. Open the app, search Stuff, and start listening now.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin, your home for the Horde, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey there, I'm Jason Alexander, and this is my dear friend, Peter Tilden.
Hey, Jay. By the way, the script says best friend.
Yes, it does, Peter. Anyway, Peter and I met over 25 years ago and became really good friends.
Best friends.
Because we had 2 things in common. Number 1, we like to argue about everything, driving, food, music.
No, we don't. And number 2, when things annoy us or they perplex us or just don't seem to make any sense, whether it's something in the news or in our personal lives, we go, really, no, really.
And then we have to find answers.
So we created a podcast called Really, No, Really. It's about finding the answers to all the things that make us go, really, no, really. Jerry Seinfeld wondered why they refused to make the stall door go all the way to the floor in a public bathroom, but he didn't get an answer. We did, by reaching out to an expert.
And talking dogs. Really? No, really? We spoke to the pet parent of a dog who's become a social media star to find out if pressing buttons on a soundboard with a paw or a nose is truly communicating, or are they just showing off?
Competitive eaters, they don't chew during competitions. How about that?
Really? No, really?
That's what we heard. So we spoke to some of the biggest champions of the hot dog eats hot dog world of competitive eating to get the answer. And those are just a few of the things we'll explore on the Really No Really podcast with Jason Alexander and Peter Tilden.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Our blood runs orange.
Great stuff from our guy Joe Cook inside Texas. Make sure you follow him at Joseph Cook 89. Right now, he does. He's locked in. Right now, I want to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Pantera September the 2nd at the Germania Insurance Amphitheater. All you got to do is download the iHeartRadio app, the one that you've already got us #1 on your preset.
That's right.
Tap that red microphone, and you get a chance to leave the keyword, and the keyword today is walk. Walk. Make sure you listen all week for a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Pantera September the 2nd at the Germania Insurance Amphitheater. Keyword today is walk. Also, make sure you're listening to the Craig Way Show with the voice of your Texas Longhorns, Craig Way and Cam Parker. They'll give you a chance to win some tickets a little bit later for a different concert, but make sure you're listening to them 2 to 5 every single day right here on your home for Texas Longhorns football and all things Texas Longhorns right here on AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. Mark, we talked a little bit at the beginning of the season about the Cleveland Browns. Actually, we talked a lot about it after they made the decision to draft Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders, a late-round draft pick. Well, yesterday, they decided, hey, you know what? We're going to release our depth chart because they're getting ready to play football this week. And the depth chart goes Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders. And don't forget, they do have Deshaun Watson on the injured reserve list right now. Well, you know what? They said, we don't have enough quarterbacks in camp. So they went out and signed Tyler Huntley as well yesterday. So now the Cleveland Browns have now become the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when John Gruden was there, and he kept just bringing in quarterbacks to bring in quarterbacks. What do you think about the initial depth chart that was released by the Cleveland Browns?
I think that Cleveland has got a lot to figure out because they're not thinking with the talent that they have. They're thinking with the money and the purse strings. Like, let the guys that are really good play, regardless of their political standing, because that's what's going on right now. And that's why they're going to lose.
What do you mean political standing?
They got a quarterback situation where they know who the best quarterback is, but they won't let the best quarterback play because of the situation. They have a cornerback issue with the cornerbacks. He makes so much money that they have to play him. And they have another guy that's just as good. He just don't get paid a lot. And defensive line, outside of Myles Garrett, which one of those guys are going to step up? Because they're in the same boat. They're trying to play. That's why they played the Deshaun Watson anyway when he was injured. Because, well, we paid him a lot of money. You got to get rid of that philosophy. That's horrible. They're going to lose. And if I was a player that my contract was up, I would not re-sign with them. I don't care how much they offered me. Okay, maybe.
No, I was trying to say. No.
Maybe.
I mean, this team, they're not bad. Like, if you look at David and
But
Njoku,
they just have to quit thinking with the purse strings, Hardge. Just play the best guys. How simple is that?
Well,
and if the guy that gets mad and says, I'm going to take my ball and go home, trade him. You always say, Mark, you always trying to trade everybody.
Mark trading somebody again. Like, you are trading everybody on
I'm trying to
earth.
make everybody happy, including myself. If you are not happy on my team, goodbye. Beat it. Tell your story walking. Say it down the road. Whatever term you want to use.
Wow. Okay. All right. Because yeah. All right. I'm going to let you have that one. I'm going to move.
It's hard to argue with good sanity.
No, I think you're being a little harsh because this team is not bad. Like, if you look at their roster, they have playmakers. If you look at their offensive line, they have a good offensive line. Their defense is not as bad as you're making them out to be, besides Myles Garrett. They went and got Devin Bush. They got the first-round pick, Mason Graham. They got Malik Collins, who is a beast up front. They got Denzel Ward at defensive back, and Grant Delpit at strong safety. Greg Newsome II, who is a monster.
Greg Newsome is awesome, and he needs to play more reps.
He's the starting corner at right corner. He's the starter. And then they brought in a couple other guys. So I'm curious to that. But before we go to Donnell Rollins at the top of the hour, don't want to miss that one, and get over to our YouTube page as well, and Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and Facebook to watch it. I want to hear from Jerry Jones and the thought about the contract, of the expectations of what they were offering. And is this true, Mark?
Well, it's just that you've seen it so often, and you've seen it with other clubs. You go through the process. It's a highly sensitive time when you're guaranteeing somebody almost $200 million. That's sensitive stuff.
It's interesting to me that he brings up the $200 million because it's not necessarily the number. You're not guaranteeing. You can guarantee probably 150. You can guarantee Michael Parsons 125 million. I think the problem is the fact that you always draw this out to the ire of your fan base is something that is the annoying part of it. We talked about it yesterday. It is the days of our lives every single day. It is Dallas, the soap opera with J.R. Ewing and Jerry playing J.R. And everybody's trying to figure out what's happening to J.R. The problem is get your business done where it doesn't have to distract from what you're trying to do on the field.
Exactly.
That affects you on the field.
And I see Jerry's situation. Technically and legally, he has Micah Parsons locked up for 3 more years. Split the difference. Hey, Micah, I don't want to talk to your lawyer. Let's split the difference. We'll play your top 10, top 5 money for the next 2 years. And that last year, we keep it the same.
Man.
Do something.
They're going to have to figure something out.
Figure it out.
They're going to have to figure something out. Coming up next,
Not
y'all
rocket
ready to
science.
laugh? Let's laugh. Our man Donald Rollins joins us right here on a Texas Tuesday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Hard, your place says baller, but you drive like you're stuck in reverse.
Yeah, at least mine doesn't say world's sweetest man like yours.
That's the world's strongest man, and I lifted that plate from myplace.com.
Well, I scored mine with up to $55 off by using the promo code THEZONE at checkout.
Wait, you got a discount?
Yeah, big fella. It's the only time I've ever pinned you. Go to myplates.com, choose your play, use the code THEZONE for up to $55 off. Myplates.com. Be seen. Be bold.
Are you facing an unexpected financial emergency? You need WeFixMoney.com. WeFixMoney.com could help you get up to $5,000 fast. WeFixMoney.com is free to use, available 24/7, and has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. Go to the name you trust, WeFixMoney.com. If you need emergency cash up to $5,000 for bills or anything else, type WeFixMoney.com directly in your browser. That's WeFixMoney.com. WeFixMoney.com.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
You ever find yourself walking up to your car and thinking, I don't know, should I get that fixed? A dent from maybe backing out too quickly, scratch from the shopping cart at the grocery store, the bumper you swear wasn't hanging like that last month. You brush it off. You kind of look elsewhere when you're walking by your car. You tell yourself it's not a big deal. But over time, those little things start to stack up. They can turn into bigger problems. You don't need a new car. Your car just needs a fresh start. That's where Maaco comes in. They make it really easy. Maaco works with your budget, gets the job done fast, and backs it all up with a national warranty. They even give you a free estimate when you stop by your local Maaco. Maaco's been doing it for over 50 years. They've helped millions of drivers get back on the road with confidence, and they can do the same for you. Go in, get the free estimate, find out how long it'll take to get the job done, and it's all backed up with that national warranty. And just remember, better get Maaco.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Juice box. I'm a mom.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check. Oh, hot sauce. Take it.
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins, a balloon, sweet one sack. I've got cupcakes in the car.
Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 per month on Experience Beyond. Finance agreement $829.99 and qualifying porting. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Payout via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
You've got apps for everything. Music, photos, even ordering coffee. But only one app gives you the live radio experience. It's radio your way. Anytime, anywhere. Join the millions already listening. The free iHeartRadio app. The #1 app for radio.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KBET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff. 25 days away from the beginning of the college football season for your Texas Longhorns. We started the show talking about Texas being ranked #1 in the preseason poll for the first time in school history by the coaches poll, but we also had some sad news. We're waiting to confirm from the University of Texas, but on Texas football, was the first to report the knee injury to Alex Kojo as he is out for the regular season. We also did the watch list for the Texas Longhorns players. They are all over the place. And we also got a chance to talk to Joe Cook of Inside Texas. We're efforting Donald Rawlings so he can come on and talk about his time at the mothership that will take place this week. But we also talked about the NFL and what we saw from the Cleveland Browns as they released their depth chart, but they also brought in another quarterback in Tyler Huntley, and Mark expressed his feelings. But before we left,
why would you bring in another quarterback? And Huntley, I'm going to tell you why. Huntley is always in the system for the Ravens because he understands their system. He fits their system well. This is advancement by subtraction. You don't want other people to get the good players, especially in a case of need. So somebody wanted Huntley, and they were like, "Nah, we're gonna take that. We can't let them have him."
Well, Huntley was part of the Miami Dolphins last year.
Did not fit their system whatsoever.
Right. But again, to your point, why are you getting him? You got 5 quarterbacks on the roster. Right. It doesn't make sense. And you're not going to get better by bringing him in because now you're taking reps away from somebody else.
Right. Him and Pickett both of them don't fit that system.
Right.
Why would you bring in 2 quarterbacks to keep other people from having? That's the only other reason that I could think of.
But I don't think those are 2 people that people are knocking down the door to go get.
They're not knocking down the door, but there's other teams that they play that need that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what
ends
up happening.
They had the cap room to do it.
We'll see what ends up happening in those particular moments. But right now we are being joined by one of the funniest brothers that has walked the earth. He is
Walked the earth? What, he came now?
He came from Kung Fu. He's done some amazing things. He is Donald Rawlings. And Donald, thank you, #1, for joining us this morning. I know you're a busy man, and you got a show that is coming on to Austin, Texas here this week, right?
I don't know who Donald is. I know who Donnell is, but I mean, I don't know.
Tell him. Yeah.
Maybe you had Trump on repeat on some type of stream yesterday. Maybe your love for the MAGA party is what encouraged you to say that. But it's Donnell Rawlings, aka Ashley Larry, aka Alvin, aka Hamrid, and whatever else you want to say.
Well, welcome to the morning kickoff. We're
That's
glad
Mr. Rollins to you now.
Hey man, I'm a grown man.
Yeah, you can call him Mr.
He is Mr. Rollins to me.
Don't call him Mr. Only time I hear Mr. is when somebody about to get arrested. Mr. Rollins, could you please? I don't want to be Mr. I just call me Unc or OG. Anyway.
Are they gonna ask you for money?
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir, Mr. Could I interest you in this insurance policy?
Exactly. Mr. is always going to be a problem. But thanks for having me this morning, guys.
We appreciate it.
Could you please tell us like you travel the world, like coming to Austin, the comedy scene is starting to blossom and bud. I can't believe I said blossom and bud.
I mean, yeah. Talk about me.
Excuse me. But how do you like the mothership as opposed to other places that you travel to?
I mean, it's like I really like the club, and I mean, and all the credit for that, the vision of it, everything has to go to Joe Rogan. Like the comedy scene in Los Angeles, and particularly, if you go to the mothership, you understand that a lot of it is fashioned or styled behind what he came up with on the mothership. And a lot of times, you have people that open up comedy clubs. They don't really invest in making the comics feel good. When I say that, I mean the green room, the accommodations, how the room is set up, the sound, the lighting, and everything. So, Joe did a great job of creating a space that everybody feels comfortable. And just to add to what you're saying about the comedy scene, it really started to blossom when the pandemic hit, when Joe said, okay, I'm leaving California, I'm going to Austin. And with that, bringing some of the biggest names in comedy. Tom Segura is down there. The scene there is awesome. It's always been a good city for music. But right now in the mothership, I mean, of course, I do numbers when I perform. I do sell out audience. But people are just so fascinated with the opportunity to experience what he's built there. And the scene is off the hook. Austin has always been one of my favorite cities to perform, especially since my son is named Austin too, spelt with an E. But another reason I really enjoy just coming to Austin, because during the pandemic, I was rocking with Dave Chappelle a lot. He was doing shows out in Ohio in the cornfields. And then we had a residency at Stubbs, the barbecue place. And when I tell you, like, how a community got connected, how comics got connected, and I mean, we're talking like 4 or 5 years. So my interest and my excitement about coming to Austin, especially, it was there for me at a time when in the world when nobody was doing anything. It's almost somewhat of a homecoming when I come there.
Do you like the fact that you can go there and feel safe? Because if you want to work on new material, they take all the phones. They put the EMP system on to where you can't get Wi-Fi. Like what they do, go the extra lengths to keep people from stealing material as well as allowing you to work on stuff. Do you use the mothership as a vehicle to work on your new material?
Yeah, but I use every time I go on stage, I use it as a vehicle to do new material. And I know it's some interest about if people recording or whatever, and you're working on stuff. But at the end of the day, when it comes to live performances, somebody could see a funny clip online. You know what I mean? It could be like a YouTube short or whatever. But it's still something exciting about getting dressed up, planning a date night, and still experiencing that live performance. And when it comes to stealing jokes or whatever, I look at it like this. I know, in our world, people are really sensitive to that. But I look at it like that. If it's easy for someone to steal a joke of yours, then that wasn't one of your best jokes. And it makes you have to go deeper and do jokes that are reflective of you. People can't steal your life story. But if you got a joke about Diddy, if you got a joke about Donald Trump, it's kind of hard to be super, super original about that because everybody's tapping the same subject. And at the end of the day, it ain't the joke, it's who's telling it. Like back in the day, there was some talk about Robin Williams used to be a joke thief or whatever. And people hated that because they knew once he got a hold of the joke, it was his forever. He was going to own it. But I also look at it like, one joke isn't going to make your career. It's some form of flattery when people say they want to rob you, but you just got to keep going. Or do like when I first started, somebody steal your joke, you punch them in the face. Let's take it back.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah, that's the old school way. Yo, man, that's my joke. Bye-ow. That's how.
Yeah, Mark is a violent person. In case you hadn't noticed, his history, so
exactly.
It's a little fired up and will punch somebody in the face.
But
and let me tell you something. We got to take it back to the day when people were afraid to get punched in the face.
Yeah, people did deal with that. We're talking to Donnell Rollins. He will be coming to the mothership coming up this weekend, the 8th through the 10th. I looked online. It looks like the shows are all sold out already. So as you said, you
Leave the
do
back
numbers.
door open.
You do numbers every time you come in there. So me and Mark gonna have to figure out a way to talk to Joe and figure out a way to get up in there, but we'll work something out. But
wait, this how you do it. I know how you don't go in. You go in and say, I want to see Donald tonight.
that's the easiest way.
That's the easiest way to get kicked out.
Hey, he was gonna be like, yeah, he already told me don't let you in, brother. He already let me know. So when you come into town, where's the place you like to go eat?
There's this I forgot, man. I can't even think. There's a couple of places. I know there's this one like a very, very exclusive sushi bar that does like about 6. I forget the name of it. It's inside of a speakeasy. I travel so many cities.
Yeah.
I definitely got to get some Black's barbecue. That's without a doubt.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, as much as people love the beef ribs and everything, but they smoke turkey is out of control over there. So I'm definitely gonna do some barbecue. And a couple of my friends has restaurants, they usually invite me down. Again, I don't know exactly the names of it, but you can't leave Austin without getting some barbecue.
No doubt. No doubt. And let me ask you this, because I know you're a Washington Commander fan. I know that's your squad. We are Cowboy fans. So
man, that's why I'm Donald, man. How long we got to do this damn interview, man? I'm out of here. That was the setup. And you try to say that to the end. You bums, man.
But you have had the upper hand. You guys have done well. Jaden Daniels is a beast. Y'all got contract dispute, as do the Cowboys. We got contract disputes. But what is your expectations coming into the season? Because it looks like everything is trending upward for the Commanders.
Let me tell you something, man. That season, I'm not getting ahead of myself. Last year was a great season for us. You know, I mean, nobody would have predicted us to be one game away from the Super Bowl. And I know it's still a building process. Even if this team went 500 this year, I wouldn't be upset about it because I see the potential in what we have. I will say the new ownership and everything, what they've done is that they've made it exciting to go to the games again. It seems like the team really cares about, a lot of teams you have when they start to break down, everybody just want to have individual efforts. You know what I'm saying? Well, I got 1,000 yards. I did my job, but I does not have anything to do with a team advancing that far. So I do look forward to the competitive nature of the Cowboys and the Commanders. I'm going to say it, Cowboys and Redskins rivalry. That's always something to talk trash about. And I don't care what happens this year. As long as the Cowboys don't get further than us, I'm good. I
hope bad things happen to you and everybody.
You and only you.
Oh man! Hey!
Yo!
I hope Terry McLaren signs with somebody else. That's what I think.
Well, what now is everybody has a tactic when it comes to negotiating. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Your agent's getting antsy or whatever. We don't really know what's going on, but what a player does, like, I want to trade, right? They try to put some pressure on that team or see at least what their value is. You know what I'm saying? It'd be interesting if he says I want to trade. It's very doubtful that a team wouldn't be looking to try to acquire him or whatever. But I think right now what's going to happen is already probably behind the scenes happening. I think a lot of it is showboating for the men, for the media and trying to let that connection and that be a part of it. But I think that hopefully he'll be back. Hopefully be back. But then, your team shouldn't rely on one player. I think Jaden Daniels has the skills to not work with anybody. But I look at it in sports like this. Every so often you have a situation where you have that bench player or that person that wanted the opportunity, and it's their time to shine and make a name for themselves, and we'll see what comes out of that.
Yeah, we cannot wait. Football season is upon us, but we cannot wait to see you August the 8th through the 10th. We're going to have to see if we can get that code word, and it is not Donald. It is Donnell Rollins. Make sure you go and check my brother out, and we thank you for taking the time to get up with us this morning.
I heard you got vocal skills. I want to see if you could join me in with this song right here. Hail to the Redskins. Hail victory.
Come on. I know you know the words. In an interview.
All right, let's get it. I appreciate the time, guys.
Appreciate you.
I got Donald. Donald. The restaurant is called Amakaze.
Yeah.
That's CK Chen's spot.
Yeah, exactly. That's my dude, man.
Listen, I'm gonna send you his number. I'm texting with him right now.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Me and him used to be, when we were doing the shows in Austin, it was interesting because me and him, I was the director of craft services, right? So we had this little thing we used to spend, how much money I get to spend. And it's like this, yo, Kate, we only got like $20. We gotta do beef pies today or whatever. But he is my food guy there. His restaurants are amazing. He's a good guy, man. Like when we were doing those shows, we would have lunch every day, like 1:30. And then the bubble popped where people started getting COVID. And this was the most exciting part of the day, was the lunch that we would put together. And it went from like 30 people in that room. Then it went to like 25 to 20 to like 3 people with CK. Like, y'all on your own, bro. I'm good. Yeah, I love that dude. He's amazing, man.
Well, we're going to try to get down and see you.
All right, let me know, man. Donald +1.
There it is.
All right, guys.
Appreciate it. There he is.
Okay.
Donnell Rollins. That's right. Make sure you go check him out at the Mothership. If you can get a ticket, we'll continue the conversations right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Coach Sark here. Stay connected to the Longhorns on the free iHeartRadio app.
Breaks a tackle 30, turns down the sidelines. Say goodnight to this one. Touchdown, Texas.
Just search 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
The right shoulder is blocked off by a crash on Mopac southbound at Breaker Lane, causing delays to start from Palmer, about a 3 to 5 minute slowdown. A 10-minute out of your drive through some stop-and-go speeds on I-35 northbound from Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon. You're also slow on Loop 360 going southbound from Spicewood Springs to Bee Cave. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
It's almost time for kickoff. Brought to you by Bud Light.
Breaks a tackle 30, turns down the sidelines. Say goodnight to this one. Touchdown, Texas.
Listen to every play, every touchdown, every win on 1300 The Zone.
Fires for the end zone. It's intercepted. Kickoff. This ball game is over.
Today's countdown is
25 days.
Presented by Bud Light all season long on the free iHeartRadio app.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you, right here in America. And this summer, we're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on our best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder. So you can get the car you want at the price you want, knowing Nissan is here for you.
For a limited time until supplies last, assembled with U.S. and imported parts.
What would you pay for peace of mind? How about $1 a day? That's what happens with the professional monitoring plans from Simply Safe. No contracts, no hidden fees, true home security that you're going to have that's proactive, not just reactive. Old school security systems only react once damage is done. Simply Safe is different, designed to help stop crime before it starts. Protect what matters most. Get 50% off your Simply Safe system with professional monitoring. Plus, first month is free. SimplySafeDan.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, but one thing's for sure. You need a PC you can rely on. Whether it's for school, gaming, or whatever your next chapter holds, Lenovo.com has the tech to help you succeed. Shop PCs right now at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale, where students can save more when they sign up for a Lenovo education account. Free shipping, easy returns, flexible financing. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya guselkumab may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit TremfyaRadio.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Coffee Shop Radio.
It's true, my bad habits lead to you.
Acoustic rock and the greatest singer-songwriters of the 90s to now.
All night, come on, dance with me. I'm levitating.
And Coffee Shop Radio goes commercial-free every weekend.
We're going down, around.
Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Coffee Shop Radio, and listen now.
iHeartRadio.
Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Coach Sark. Now back to the morning kickoff with Hardge and Henry on your radio home for the Longhorns, 1300 The Zone.
What a great interview. Donnell, do not call him
Donald.
Rollins. And,
Hey, I learned a lot about that interview about you. I didn't know that you was MAGA.
stop that. We're not doing that. We're not doing
We're
that.
not doing
We're
it.
not doing that at all. So let's get into the conversation
Uncle
because
Ruckus, can I call you?
He could have went with Donald Duck.
Nah, Donald. Okay.
let's get into this conversation right now.
If a look could kill.
Yeah. Let's get into this conversation right now about the Houston Texans as DeMeco Ryan and his team is getting ready to start and kick off the football season. You know that a lot of things had to change for the Houston Texans. Yes, they've played well. Yes, they've won their division, but they felt like they needed to change their offensive line. They needed to make some moves in the running back room. They've done some different things. C.J. Stroud has to stay upright. But right now, here's DeMeco Ryans talking about how camp has been going so far.
Love the vibe of our camp. I love the way our guys show up and work. I know I joke about the heat, talk about the heat, but I haven't had one guy complain. Our guys doing a great job with our nutrition staff of attacking the hydration, attacking the recovery, making sure they're in great shape and ready to go out and perform. And nobody's worried about the weather except me. But the guys are handling it really well. And, man, the vibe is right. Our guys play with great energy. You see guys dancing, having fun, making plays. Like, that's what I want our guys. That's what I want our guys to be. Like, it's hard to make plays in this league. You heard me say this before. So I want to see that enthusiasm. I think when you bring that enthusiasm, it lifts others up. It makes practice more fun. And I don't forget, like, everybody started playing football because it was a fun game to play. And I'll never want to lose sight of that, like the excitement of the game, the excitement of having our fans out here, how excited you guys are to cover us. Look at all the smiles on your faces. Like, it's a fun game. So never lose sight of that, man. We have fun every single day.
You hear how hoarse he is? He's been doing a lot of screaming and yelling. But his energy is, I'm happy to be here. I want you to be happy to be here. And you couldn't help. He said that to the media. Yeah. He said, look at y'all, all of y'all smiling and stuff. They were smiling because they could see his light and his energy. And if he's giving that to the players, it ain't no other thing but to give it back.
Well, Coach Sark talks about this a lot too. You got to bring your own juice sometimes and making sure that, if you want to get better every single day, you have to show up to get better every single day. And that's what D'Amico is pushing towards his player. And as he said, you know, the energy, everybody feeds off of it. That's how practices get better. If you got people BSing and messing around the entire time,
whining and complaining.
Well, it goes back to what you were talking about before. When you have a bunch of fights that are happening in practice, it takes away from what the agenda is, and that's to get better every day. If I got to take the time to break up a fight, then we've wasted part of our practice time. We've wasted what our agenda is, and our focus has become something different. That's why Schottenheimer had him get on the line and made the coaches do it too, because obviously you're not controlling what you got. You have to be able to have control of how we're going to get better. And the other thing D'Amico has touched on is you always got to believe that iron is sharpening iron, and that is what they are working on.
In the same vein as I said for the defense, our offense is getting better. That's training camp. I talk about it all the time. I'm not just throwing out a term, but when I talk about iron sharpening iron, if everybody brings their best every single day, we will all get better. We're still one team. We're going to go out and compete against another team. We are making each other better here. Our offense is making our defense better. Defense is making our offense better. That's what training camp is all about. So I'm very, excited to see where our guys are. And really, I'm excited to see them go play against someone else. It's becoming that time of camp where it starts to get a little chippy. Guys are tired of going against each other. So I'll be excited, when the end of the week comes and we're able to go against Minnesota.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, and he didn't mention special teams. That special teams is important too, because they got a lot of guys out there that are trying to earn a position, and some of them are gunners and L's. Like they just want to go out there and get the job done just so they can get on the field. But the intent is to get on the field so you can do what? Go play.
Yep. And they will figure that out coming up this week. Lastly, he was also talking about the running back room. They were dealing with some injuries, but there's some guys that are making some impressions for the Texans this year.
Our backs have done a really good job, man. Woody Marks has stepped in, and he's made some really nice runs over the past couple of days. Jawar is playing fast. It shows he's playing, and Chubb he plows behind his pads, and he's going to gain yardage. So all those guys collectively have done a really good job at the running back room.
The only person he did not mention is Joe Mixon, and that was because Joe Mixon was dealing with a little bit of an injury. But Joe is their guy. They brought up Woody Marks and what he was able to do, and J.J. Taylor. Another name that you did not hear was Dameon Pierce. I believe he may be the odd man out, even though you mentioned special teams. He was good on special teams last year with kickoff return. So we will see what ends up happening with him, because they have him and Braxton Berrios who can run. And we're going to try to figure out what's going to happen with them. But listening to D'Amico Ryans and the Texans and what their thought process is, they seem to be headed in the right direction.
Think Pierce is the odd man out?
I do believe Pierce is
the younger guys you think are better.
I think that if you can keep a guy less contract, that's not your premier guy, he will be the one that's on the odd man out of being the running back.
Wow.
He'll be on kickoff returns and things like that. I firmly believe that for sure. Coming up next, we got the world's strongest man bringing you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Checking out the drive this morning on Mopac northbound, about a 10-minute out-of-your drive caused by stop-and-go speeds from Davis Lane to Cesar Chavez. Speeds are also slow on 183 southbound going from 620 over to Loop 360, and rush hour traffic on I-35 northbound from Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The last thing anyone wants is to leave behind confusion, stress, or worse, family conflict. That's why estate planning isn't just for the wealthy. It's for families like mine, and probably like yours. With Trust and Will, I created my estate plan in minutes, from naming guardians for my kids to putting our house in a trust to avoid probate. Fast, affordable, and way easier than I thought. Every plan is designed by estate planning attorneys and customized for your state. Plans start at just $199 and include essentials like healthcare directives and power of attorney. With Trust and Will's bank-level security and built-in privacy protections, your personal information and your wishes stay safe. Whether you're newly married, raising kids, caring for aging parents, or just want peace of mind, Trust and Will makes it easy to protect what matters most. Go to trustandwill.com, use code RADIO at checkout, and save 20% on your personalized plan. Because there's no better time to protect the people you love. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Ice Cube's Big Three is the surprise hit of the summer. This Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS, with playoff elimination on the line. The most physical, fiercest, and competitive basketball in the world. Miami's Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson must win to make the playoffs, and breakout star Dwight Howard of the LA Riot will battle Gary Payton's Boston squad in a do-or-die match for both teams. 6 teams are alive for 4 spots, and all must win. There's no crying in the Big Three, and the no-holds-barred action starts Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Presented by iHeart.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-973-9714, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-973-9714. Call now, and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-973-9714 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-973-9714.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, partly cloudy skies for your Tuesday, a high of 95. Clear tonight, a low of 73. Sunshine on Wednesday, a high in the upper 90s.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
The countdown to the NFL season is on while the pads are popping in camp. Get ready for the new season with iHeart, the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network.
Jim Harbaugh, how you feeling?
Oh, so excited. It's the start of the year.
Shows like NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
We are going to go through the best position battles of the 2025 training camp.
Breakouts, holdouts, and fantasy sleepers. Be the first to know. Search NFL and find your next preset now. It's Bud Light's Countdown to Kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
You heard the beat drop. That can only mean one WWE Hall of Famer, the world's strongest man. Pete Mark Henry brings you the world's strongest man. Take it away, big fella.
All right.
What's up, man?
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the world's strongest tape. The world's strongest. Marcus. Back then, they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Guys, yesterday came down. My San Antonio Spurs signed a $229 million extension with De'Aaron Fox, which means he ain't going nowhere. Everybody was saying, hey, well, they drafted Harper. They had Castle, who was the rookie of the year last year. They got two really good guards. Why spend a lot of money on Fox? Spend that money else. The NBA has gone to 3 guard sets more now than they ever have. You look at what Oklahoma City did. They had 3 guards. You look at you go right back across the street to who they played in Indiana. What did they do? 3 guards. What did the New York Knicks do before they got eliminated by the Indiana Pacers? They went 3 guards. So, and those are 3 teams that are going to be in the playoff next year. You're going to have to go at them. Now, Houston is going to be something else. And I feel like that's the other team that we're going to go, oh, man, I don't know. But De'Aaron Fox signing that deal, that extension, means that he's not going anywhere for the foreseeable future. And it's good for San Antonio because he is a Texan. His wife is from Texas. You know, they're not too far from here. Well,
they're from Houston.
You know, it's not far. You want to be close to home. I feel like that this is what the Spurs need. They need to have control over their future. And with all these young players, Fox is not an old player.
No.
He's not old at all. So like him and Wemby could be reaching his prime as Fox drifts into his, you know, I don't know if he'll retire at that age because he's still got a lot left. But by the time Wemby is the number 1 player in the league, Fox will be, you know, still a top player. But it'll be 3 or 4 years from now. What say you?
Fox is only 27 years old, so
Yeah.
he is definitely going to be somebody that is going to be around the league for a long time. If he can stay healthy, he is electric. When he was in Sacramento, he was one of the best players in the NBA.
Yeah.
He's been an all-NBA selection, so he's also led the league in steals before. This guy is somebody that is special.
Right.
And for him to want to stay with the San Antonio Spurs, even after they went out and got all these other guards, but to your point, I believe this is perfect for him. I think the way that he plays, he can play off the ball if he wants to, but he's a true point guard. He can score. Now he doesn't have to always be the leading scorer. He can move the basketball. I think Stephon Castle has grown up a lot right in front of us. And of course, you talked about Wemby and what he is going to do. The biggest question for me when it comes to the San Antonio Spurs is the gelling part of it. It's a new regime. Yes, Mitch Johnson was able to take over the position last year, but now it's the first year that it is his system. It is going to be what he wants to run. It is going to be his show. So now it's no longer Pop's situation anymore. Yeah, he'll be in the front office, but this isn't his. It's whatever these guys want to do. And is the Spurs way fading? Is it something that might need to be changed, upgraded, whatever it might be? Because every year, I mean, the Spurs way is like the Patriot way. You saw what happened. The Patriot way has not been good since Bill Belichick left. Even the last year with Bill Belichick there, the Patriot way was not the way. So are there some things that are going to change with the San Antonio Spurs and enough of a change to get them right back in the hunt for the playoffs this year?
But Coach is a disciple of Popovich, so it's not like it's going to change too much. I mean, I could see them, you know, running a 3-guard rotation and putting Harper sometimes at the 3 because he's a big guard.
Yeah,
he's not a small guy. I mean, 6'6" and 200-something pounds. He's almost the same weight as Wemby.
Yeah.
So I mean, it'll be cool to see what they do. I love the fact that they kept Barnes. Barnes can play small. He can play power in certain lineups, especially if you have Wemby on the floor. If they decide to go big, now with Cornette at center at 7'3", and Wemby at 7'5", that's a big lineup.
Yeah.
And then you can really go 3 guards and say, go in the middle if you want to. There's a lot that they can do with that versatility. I'm looking forward to seeing the Spurs, and we set a number. We so football heavy. I had to go basketball hard.
No, that's fine.
The number last year was 40. We said 40. I said 44, and you said 40.
Yeah.
I think they'll win 45 to 50 this year because they were on the track to win 45 games, but Wemby went down.
Yeah.
So I say if I'm sticking to my 44, I would say 44 to 50 now.
Well, the biggest thing for me too is you got to look at the fact that if those numbers stay the same, and we think that, we got to make sure that Wemby, number one, is healthy enough to come back and play. He looks like he is. He's been working out. You can see the difference in his body. He's gaining a little bit of weight. I saw him try to kick a soccer ball the other day. So, yeah, he might have put himself in the right position. He obviously understands what it's like to be the guy as the center of attention. So there will be some moments that we see, okay, let's see what he can do with this group, because think about De'Aaron Fox and what he does. He's fast. He's a speed guy. Is Dylan Harper a speed guy? We don't know. He may have to be. You also got to look at Castle. Castle can go, and his athleticism shows even more and more. You still have Johnson. You have a couple pieces that are there. So we'll see what happens with this San Antonio Spurs, as they have made a ton of moves this offseason. And let's not forget about the other young man that they brought in too. He's a defensive.
Carter?
Yes, he's a defensive stopper. He may be the Bruce Bowen of this group.
Ooh.
Because he is that type of mental player that
He's
can
tough.
lock up some
That
people.
Draymond Green type of guy.
We'll see what ends up happening. We're going to close out the show and send you to Dan Patrick. But first, we got to talk about Texas baseball, as they were recognized. And one quarterback left the game, won a high school championship as a coach, and now he is coming back to the NFL. We'll tell you all about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Light the tower burnt orange.
Grounded to short, backhanded by Good, fires to first. Texas wins the national championship.
Texas softball has won their first national championship in program history.
The Longhorns are on top of the college softball world.
1300 The Zone, the home of national champion Texas softball.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Stop and go traffic on I-35 southbound, a 9 to 10 minute delay making that change from Palmer Lane down to Runberg Lane. First responders are on scene of a crash on Bee Cave Road at Patterson Road, and back on the 35 on the service road going northbound. A stalled vehicle has the right lane blocked off at Posey Road. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Hey there, local business owner. Ready to make some more money? Whether you own an auto shop or a dinner spot, Valpak Direct Marketing can help you do just that. All bells and whistles are included, so you advertise when and where it counts to reach new customers that spend more. Measurable results, proven reach, zero guesswork. That's Valpak. Visit valpak.com/advertise to see if you qualify for a free mailing. That's VALPAK.com/advertise. Let's grow.
The Stuff You Should Know guys have made their own summer playlist of their must-listen podcasts on movies.
It's me, Josh, and I'd like to welcome you to the Stuff You Should Know summer movie playlist. What screams summer more than a nice, darkened, air-conditioned theater and a great movie playing right in front of you?
Episodes on James Bond, special effects, stuntmen and women, disaster films, even movies that change filmmaking, and many more. Find the Stuff You Should Know summer movie playlist now on the free iHeartRadio app. Open the app, search Stuff, and start listening now.
Looking for top quality permanent fencing for your home or business? Look no further than Viking Fence. With over 50 years of experience in Central Texas, Viking Fence delivers craftsmanship you can trust. Whether you need wood, iron, or a custom solution, Viking has the perfect fence to fit your needs. What sets Viking Fence apart? They source the finest quality Western red cedar lumber direct from the mill, the most durable and attractive fence material available. Plus, they offer 3 grades of fence pickets to meet every budget. So whether you want Viking to install your fence or you're taking on the project yourself, call Viking Fence today. They pride themselves on excellent work, outstanding service, and an honest reputation. Call 512-601-8911 for a free estimate. That's 512-601-8911. Or visit VikingFence.com/radio. That's VikingFence.com/radio for your free estimate today. When you think fence, think Viking.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's back to school season, and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team? We can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox disinfecting wipes. Teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Cross Country. Cross Country is the sound of Americana blending country, rock, and America's greatest songwriters. Bob Dylan and Bonnie Raitt to Chris Stapleton and Zach Bryan. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Cross Country, and listen now. Free never sounded so good.
Coach Sark here. 1300 The Zone is your flagship home for the Texas Longhorns.
If you missed any parts of the show today, let me just tell you, you missed a great one. I want you to shout out to Joe Cook on Inside Texas as he broke it down like no other. Texas is dealing with an injury that is on the offensive line with the confirmation today as we meet with Coach Sarkisian today after practice. Get a chance to get an update on how camp is going, and so you will hear all of that tomorrow right here on the Kickoff. We also got a chance to talk to Donnell Rollins, not Donald Rollins, as he will be at the mothership. He's a Washington Commander fan, and we waited to the very end to talk about the Washington Commanders, or else he might have kicked himself off of the broadcast. But it was a good conversation. Also, if you missed any part of it, get over to the podcast page, wherever you get your podcast, and most importantly, make sure you download the iHeartRadio app. It's free. It's also important. Tomorrow, we will have some more discussion about Texas football as we get closer and closer. 24 days for Texas football taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes. We'll also do a preview of some of the other games that will have some importance as well of that first weekend. But I wanted to bring this up because you and I were having a conversation earlier this morning, Mark, about one Teddy Bridgewater, and we'll get into his success of winning a state championship at his alma mater in high school as he went back to coach the team. But now Teddy Two Gloves, Teddy Bridgewater, is visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and is expected to sign with the Buccaneers today. The Buccaneers will be Bridgewater's 8th team and his 3rd NFC South team to go along with the Saints and the Panthers are the teams that he's played for. Teddy Bridgewater, who's been just chilling and coaching, now is back in the NFL. And we talk about this a lot. We see a lot of journeymen in the NFL. Teddy Two Gloves was really, really good when he got into the NFL. If he didn't have that knee injury, he would have been a guy that would have been the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings for a long time. He was really, really good while he was in the NFL. What is it about Teddy Bridgewater that just keeps bringing people back to him?
His intelligence. That's the thing. We talk about his arm talent and the fact that he was a really good athlete, but the guys that can coach, they also have that other thing. They have that ability to lead men. They have that thing that makes other guys follow.
Yep.
And you need that on your team, especially if you have a young quarterback and you need somebody to mentor. And Baker Mayfield is so busy with being the starter and getting the game plan ready. He doesn't have time to be trying to mentor and build up any young guys around him.
Yeah.
So this is a way that, the other guys can get extra work and he can lead them in that process.
Well, Teddy is one of those guys too that he's fundamentally sound. He's technical. He's a pro's pro. So to your point, he can help with some of the younger people. But what this also means is they've looked around and they don't like what they have as the backups.
Right. That's what Cleveland did. Cleveland said, "Oh, we're finna take all the extra good guys."
Well, they missed out on Teddy.
So other teams don't have them.
They missed out.
They had
on
to go
Teddy.
get Teddy out of high school coaching because of the Kenny Pickett's and the they just picked up Huntley.
Yep.
They're saturating the market with their quarterback room.
This is an interesting move for me because this Tampa Bay team is a really solid football team, and I think that is why they went out and got Teddy Bridgewater, because they look at their roster with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Emeka Abuka that they just got from Ohio State. That's a talented room. You also look at Cade Otton at tight end, and then Bucky Irvin and Rashad White at the running back position. Their defense, Vita Vea, still holding it down. That dude is still out there balling. Levante David is still doing his thing. Anton Winfield Jr. in the back end. This is a team that all they have to do is win their division. It's Atlanta, Carolina, Tampa Bay, and Atlanta, Carolina, Tampa Bay. Who am I missing?
Don't make me lie to you.
Saints.
I got hit in
The
the
Saints. That's why I forget them on purpose. Because they might be trying to tank. The tank.
They still tanking for Arch.
Yeah,
and he's not coming out.
Exactly.
Bless their
that might
hearts.
be the reason why I forgot about that. Sorry, Davis. I forgot about your team. But you look at this league and you say, okay, this is where we are. This is what we're doing. This might be the move for them in that particular moment. So we'll see.
Hardge, another reason why you kind of gloss over the fact that the Saints haven't made any moves because they're trying not to make some.
Right.
Their intention, you talked about them tanking. They are. I mean, most teams will say, "Oh, we wouldn't do that. That's unethical." How many teams, like the Spurs, tank? They tanked to get Wemby. They tanked to get Tim Duncan. Houston tanked. They wanted to get Yao Ming. Like, it's every now and then There's a reason.
Wait. No, that Houston team did not tank to get Yao Ming. That was just terrible.
There was no tank.
Now you can go back to the.
You said they did it. They did it by accident.
Yeah, you can go back to the Elijah One and Ralph Sampson draft. Yeah, you can say they tanked for that, but that Rockets team just wasn't good. And Francis was just having his headaches like every other week.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what ends up happening as far as these teams and what the expectations are. I want to give a shout out to Texas baseball as the American Baseball Conference Coaches Association voted Texas Team Academic Excellence Award, Texas with their GPA and being able to have the success that they had. Congratulations to the Texas baseball team. Texas softball loses Associate Head Coach Steve Singleton as he is leaving the program to become the new head coach at Cal. He was here in Austin helping the softball team over the last 6 years, and now he goes back to California, where he's from, to be the head coach of Cal softball. So congratulations and best of luck to Coach Singleton. Kat Osterman, friend of the show, was sad yesterday, but also happy and proud of him getting that opportunity to go and be a head coach. As I said, make sure you tune in tomorrow as we will have audio from Coach Sark as he meets with the media, gives us an update on the squad, the injuries, and how everything is looking. We'll also have more of a conversation about the upcoming season, top matchups on that opening weekend, and I'm going to get Mark's thoughts on a couple of other things. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you download the podcast of this show. Make sure you download the always free iHeart app. And make sure you tune in tomorrow because I promise you we'll be better. For Mark Henry, for Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge. And just remember this, don't believe everything you see because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
Hey, it's JB and Sandy for our friends at Koala Cooling. You know, by all Texas standards, this summer has been pretty mild, but that doesn't mean it couldn't change in a